to talk to you today about cyberbullying. The definition of cyberbullying is the repeated use of technology to harass, humiliate, or threaten. Cyberbullying happens anywhere online. Um, it happens with cell phones, computers, iPads, gaming devices. It happens in social media settings, in gaming chat rooms, anywhere where there can be an online presence happening. So, the types of cyberbullying today, we're going to talk about 10. And the first one is exclusion. That's when friends purposely exclude you from online games, activities, social media things. You might be blocked from groups, um, Snapchat groups, all of those things. That's exclusion. The next one is harassment. And that is when others are repeatedly bullying you on purpose. It's over and over again. Outing happens when others publicly humiliate you by taking one of your pictures or your posts and reposting it on social media without your permission. So they are making fun of you using your own content. Cyber stalking is a little more, usually happens with more dangerous people when they attack and harass you through email or social media, but that wouldn't usually be friends. It'd be a more dangerous situation. Fraping is when someone logs into your social media account and acts like they are you. So never give out your social media, your account information, even if it's someone that you think might be your friend or your boyfriend. I know that happens a lot. Kids give out their information and let their friends or boyfriends or girlfriends get on their accounts, and don't do that, because then if something happens and you break up or you lose that friendship, they can log on into there and act like they're you. The next thing is fake profiles. And that is when someone creates social media account to hide their real identity so they can hurt and cyberbully another person or group of people. Next thing is dissing, and that's when someone sends or posts cruel information about you online. Trickery happens when someone gets you to trust them so that you'll share secrets with them, and then they take your secrets and they spread them online. So they gain your trust and then they use that against you. Trolling happens when someone provokes others, like by putting posts or comments that are mean. So the person gets angry and responds, loses their temper. That's trolling. And the last thing is catfishing. You've all seen the show probably, but that's when someone uses your pictures and information to create a fake social media account in order to deceive others. So they pretend like you're you by using your information and your pictures, and they create relationships and do things with other people, pretending they're you. The impact of social media or of cyberbullying is huge, and it's getting worse and worse every day. Most all kids and teenagers have devices, so cyberbullying can happen frequently. And the things that come from cyberbullying, the impact is low self-esteem, social anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, quality of life, and there are even several students and young adults who have taken their lives because of long-term cyberbullying. So it's very sad. The impacts are huge. Some facts about cyberbullying: gamers have a higher rate of cyberbullying. Bullied children are more likely to have come to fall to identity fraud later. Girls are more likely to be victims. And I think that has more to do with the fact that the most common type of harassment is mean comments. And that's what girls do, not boys. Facebook is the most common place for cyberbullying, and 70% of students experience cyberbullying, according to the First Sight Guide research that I read. So, what can you do if you know that cyberbullying is happening? And this is important. So, here's some tips to help stop cyberbullying at our school. Report it. If the person that you know is from Chaparral, you have to report it to someone you trust here at school. There are consequences to cyberbullying, and we'll talk about that later. But, you know, the biggest thing that you need to remember when you know that cyberbullying is happening are those impacts: the depression, the social anxiety, the suicidal thoughts. So you have to report it to someone so we can help. The next thing you can do is get evidence, take screenshots, save pictures or messages. But the more proof that we have, the easier it is to solve the problem. You can report the app or the site or the platform, because all websites and gaming apps and apps prohibit cyberbullying, and they have ways to report it. And usually those ways, when you report it through those their online support staff, is it's your identity will be protected. So report those. Talk to a trusted adult. Tell an adult, like a parent, a teacher, a counselor, a coach, a close friend, an adult friend. Maybe you might have a friend that's brave enough to go report it and you're not. Tell a friend, tell somebody. Demonstrate care. So we talked about the impact, those big things that happen to your mental health. So if you know that someone's being bullied, you need to encourage that person. You need to let them know that they're not alone, and that you are with them and you stand with them and they're not alone. Work together. Man, you got to stop this. We cannot let this happen at Chaparral. So we want you to get friends and involve them, encouraging students. Be a leader, like stand up and say, hey, we need to surround this student. They're being cyberbullied. We need to come together and support and encourage them. Tell the bully to stop. I tell my own kids this all the time. Omission is just as bad as bullying. So if you know that a person is bullying someone, you need to tell them to stop. And not saying anything at all is, to me, just as bad as bullying. Don't encourage it. Man, if you know it's happening, get away from it. Don't add to it, don't support it, and if any type, don't forward it, don't talk about it, don't gossip about it, don't add emojis, don't even don't even engage. Just get away from it. Stay safe. Don't let your emotions get you in trouble. When you see someone being bullied online or you're being bullied online, resist being vengeful. Take the steps that we talked about. Tell someone that you trust. Tell someone at the school. Don't be vengeful, and don't hang out anywhere there's bullying going on. And don't give up. You We know that students in our school have the most influence and are the biggest leaders. And we believe in bottom up leadership. So, you as students have the most power to stop bullying in our school. Be creative, brainstorm with your friends, use each other's strengths, start a campaign, do something, but you have to stop bullying because you are the ones with the most influence in our school. So, consequences. We have some severe consequences at Chaparral, and we'll follow our student discipline policy. We'll go by your social contracts. We'll start with that. You will have to visit the principal. Your parents will be called, and then worst case scenario is suspension, and then ongoing bullying and cyberbullying may cause for expulsion, and we just don't want that to happen. And we want to do everything we can to stop that. Here are my references. Thank you for listening.